I lost 3 pounds this week, and I had milkshakes and custard donuts for breakfast.
That's a quote I just received from one of my clients named Melissa Stewart. And as hard as it must be for you to believe, I get quotes like that all the time. But no matter how many times it happens, it never ceases to make me smile. And I'm about to make you smile too, because if you stick around for just a couple of minutes on this short and shocking video, you're going to learn a weird and totally unknown way that I lost over 50 pounds and transformed from an overweight mother of 3 to winning fitness competitions. And you'll do it without ab crunches, without counting calories, without diet restrictions, without gastric bypass surgery, and without any extreme cardio routines, such as CrossFit, P90X, or Insanity. And you'll do it while eating even more of your favorite foods than you do now. Foods like brownies, pizza, cheesecake, and ice cream. In fact, eating these foods is mandatory. I don't expect you to believe any of it. I just ask that you give me a chance to explain. And if you're ready to get to the real truth about weight loss, you're in exactly the right place. Hi, I'm Chrissie Mitchell. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a guest lecturer at Yale University. But you know what I am? I'm you. I'm a real woman, not an actor. I'm 43 years old. I've had 3 babies, each of which added about 20 pounds. And because of that, I know exactly what you're going through. The shame, the pants you can't fit into, the binging, the scale anxiety. I get it, and I care about it, and I care about you just as much as I care about my own weight loss. I guess I was just born that way. I like helping people, and that's the only reason I'm here talking to you today. The work I've done until now has made some waves that I'm proud of. Bodybuilders Daily called me the woman who's 5 years ahead of the weight loss industry. I love that compliment. And maybe that's because I don't leave it to the men in white lab coats to tell me what works. I find out what works through my own experience and the experience of my clients that I keep very close contact with. Do you think the scientists, with all the grants they have, take the time to really listen to the woman to find out why she failed, or is she just another statistic? And to me, finding what really works for the average woman isn't something we can wait for. I know we don't always see it that way. The weight loss problem is an epidemic, which is literally killing us by the millions, because absolutely every disease known to man is made worse by being overweight. What really bothered me about the weight loss problem is that we have so many diets, and the truth is, many of them work, but nobody is sticking to them for more than a month. This happened to me. Yes, I counted 19 times. I tried 19 diets, and the longest I stayed on any of them was 3 months. And I almost gave up. I decided I was gonna die fat. But I still had a little more fight left in me. I figure if I'm going to stay on a diet, I needed a solution that was easier, more fun, and more effortless. That way, a diet would become something people could actually stick to for life, without being miserable. Is that too much to ask? Well, guess what? I found that solution, and I'm going to share it with you in just a few seconds. It's the most exciting breakthrough in weight loss I've seen in over 10 years. So get focused, shut off your smartphone, close the door, get a pen and pad, and make sure you stick this video out until the very end. I promise you won't regret it. In fact, the end of this video may decide whether you struggle with your love handles forever or if you enjoy a slim and sexy life. You're going to learn that hitting your weight loss goals is a lot easier than you ever thought. You're going to learn with a few tweaks that you can actually eat more of your favorite foods, including chocolate, grilled cheese, and sushi, and lose even more weight because of it. That's right, those same foods that have been destroying your diet will actually help you lose weight. I know how crazy that sounds, and I don't blame you for thinking like that. After all, the very first thing we're told when we start any diet is to eliminate these foods from our life. But ask yourself, where has that gotten us? With 34% of Americans obese, that's where this advice has gotten us. And why would we have expected anything different? But if these foods really are our favorite foods, how can we expect someone to stop eating them for the rest of their lives and think that's going to work? Every single diet out there, by its very nature, is set up to fail before they even get off the ground. Sure, most folks can give up those foods for a little while, but there's a pattern there. There are well-grooved neural pathways that want and need those favorite foods, especially when you're stressed out, which we all are at times. So it might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but eventually the craving wins the day. It's just basic psychology. The idea of a slim, sexy body someday in the future is great, but it just can't compete with the double-decker chocolate fudge cake with frosting that's in front of us right now. So until today, we've all been stuck in a I can't have it all situation. You can either have the pleasure of your favorite foods or the pleasure of a great body, not both. It's a problem that was ruining my marriage, sucking the confidence right from under me. Peace and happiness in my life was gone. And I honestly didn't know where to turn because even the nutritionist had failed me, and I tried many. I didn't just get fat from these pregnancies, I blew up. I mean, it was worth it, don't get me wrong. Have a look. My son Jared is 9 now. My other son Steven is 7, and my daughter Sophie at 4 years old. After Sophie, I weighed in at 152 pounds, and I couldn't lose it. It was around that time I came down for water late at night, and I caught Jerry ogling at scantily clad girls on Instagram. He claims he clicked the wrong link. Guess what? I look back at the history. Every girl he was watching was skinny. Skinnier than I was anyway. Gross. He had never done anything like this before, but then I realized that we weren't having sex as much as we used to. I cornered him at one point and asked him point blank, "Are you still attracted to me? I mean, I'm nowhere near petite." I could tell he wanted to crawl into a hole. "Of course I am, honey. What do you mean? I've been attracted to you from day one." After I thought about it, I realized that he had said he was attracted to me on day one. That was the emphasis. No comment specifically about today. I didn't believe him anymore and got uncomfortable being naked in front of him. And when the intimacy falls apart, the whole marriage drops. We all know that. We started pulling further and further apart to the point that we had nothing to talk about but the kids. Us didn't exist anymore, and that hurt like hell. Every time I heard the garage door open, I used to get excited. Now I was wishing he would stay late. I started to question if this marriage was going to last. Then there was the weight. My waistline was 42 inches, which meant I was at risk for diabetes, which was scary because diabetes runs in the family. I tried raw food, I tried vegetarian, I tried low calorie, I tried low carb, I tried no carb, intense cardio programs. And I'm not going to tell you that these strategies didn't work. They did work for a while, but like so many people, I just couldn't stick to any of them. Now here's the wrinkle that was the Achilles heel for me. I'm from a family of incredible bakers, and eating baked goods like cake and chocolate chip cookies were the ultimate comfort food for me. Each time I fell down, I turned to those comfort foods, and the diet was over. I got on a really bad streak with rebound after rebound, leaving me bigger than I've ever been, which really got me panicking. I was ready to give up. I was crying in the bathroom because I had just checked the scale and it carried bad news. The door actually opened and it was Jerry, and I could see a lot of real sympathy in his eyes. He said, "Another one bites the dust?" Through my tears, I mustered "Yeah, I'm just giving up. This is my life. I'm going to be fat forever." He said, "Nope, you're not going that route. Failure is not an